Good afternoon. Did you like the extra hour of sleep? No? The last time we had the McLeod brothers was 6 years ago, and I was fairly new to First Presbyterian Church at the time, and I was amazed. How many of you just love bagpipes? Lord help us. David and Michael are part of our church here, and so we get to enjoy them more often than our audience at Festiva does. So we feel very fortunate to have them, and we're all very fortunate to have them again today. So, welcome David and Michael McLeod.
Thank you. Thank you so much, everybody. Thanks for being here. That was a set of pipe tunes that I wrote a few years ago that just brings a great energy, and we really wanted to start out that way. So I hope you enjoyed it. We're going to move right along. Like Steve said, last time we were here was about 6 years ago, which is hard to believe. But we've changed a little bit. Last time we played here, we were just playing bagpipes, but we had a dancer. So we've got no dancer. It's just us. Unfortunately, you're just going to have to look at us. But we're going to bring a little bit of song. We're going to bring a little bit of small pipes. And of course, you've already heard the Highland pipes and the guitar here. And of course, I should probably introduce us. I'm David. This is my brother Michael, and we're brothers McLeod. Speed, bonny boat, like a bird on the wing, onward the sailors cry, and carry the lad that's born to be king, over the sea to sky. Loud the wind howls, loud the waves roar, thunderclaps rend the air. Baffled our foes stand by the shore, follow they will not dare. Speed, bonny boat, like a bird on the wing, onward the sailors cry, and carry the lad that's born to be king, over the sea to sky. Thank you. I'm going to give Michael a minute to transition back over to the guitar here. Before we introduce this next one called A Pound a Week Rise, that was an old set on the Highland pipes that we used to play in a pipe band, and it has this particular sound to it. Things are very precise, and so it's still drilled within us to stand up here and play at attention for that, even though, not really necessary here. But those reels are things that we would play coming right off and try to leave everything with a good impression. But you can imagine marching off this competition field with that playing in the back, and that's what we hopefully leave with the judges rather than everything bad that happened before.
Yeah, so this next song we're going to do is called A Pound a Week Rise. And I'll say the first time that I ever heard this song, I don't think I was paying attention to it super well, and I heard the word wheat instead of week in it, and this whole time I was listening to this song, and afterwards I came away thinking it was a song about baking bread. And it is in fact a song about coal miners in the 1960s. I couldn't have been further from what the actual song's about. So when this whole song's talking about a pound a week rise being a pound, the unit of currency, talking about a raise in wages for the coal miners in the United Kingdom in the 1960s. So I hope you enjoy this one, A Pound a Week Rise.
Come all you colliers who work down the mines, from Scotland to South Wales, from Teesdale to Tyne, and I'll sing you a song of a pound a week rise, and the men who were fooled by the government's lies. And it's down you go, down below Jack, where you never see the sky, and you're working in a dungeon for a pound a week rise. In 1960, just a few years ago, the mine workers' leaders to Lord Robins did go. And they said we work very hard and every day we risk our lives, and we ask you here and now for a pound a week rise. And it's down you go, down below Jack, where you never see the sky, and you're working in a dungeon for a pound a week rise. And so up spoke Lord Robins, he made this decree: when the output rises, then with you I will agree to raise up all of your wages and to give to you fair pay. I was once a miner, I worked hard in my day, and it's down you go, down below Jack, where you never see the sky, and you're working in a dungeon for a pound a week rise. So the miners, they went home, they worked hard and well, their lungs filled with coal dust in the bosom of hell. And the output rose by 18% and more, and when 2 years had passed and gone, it rose above a score. And it's down you go, down below Jack, where you never see the sky, and you're working in a dungeon for a pound a week rise. So the miners, they went on to get their hard-won prize, to ask the Lord Robins for their pound a week rise. Robins wouldn't give a pound, he wouldn't give 10 bob, he gave them 7 and 6 and said, get back to your jobs. And it's down you go, down below Jack, where you never see the sky, and you're working in a dungeon for a pound a week rise. Come all you colliers, take heed what I say. Don't believe the coal board when they say they'll give fair pay. They'll tell you to work hard to make the output rise. You'll get pie in the sky instead of a £1 rise.
And it's
Down you go, down below, Jack, where you never see the sky, and you're working in a dungeon for £1 a week rise. And it's down you go, down below, Jack, where you never see the sky, and you're working in a dungeon for £1 a week rise. River, you'll be here no matter where I roam. It's not the land that my mother or my father chose. The rocks run just around the bend and the river takes me home. If you want advice, I think you'll find this song is just a waste of time, though I haven't quite made up my mind. So let's see just how it goes. I'm not one to bring up yesterday. They say it's what you do, not what you say, and I couldn't bring myself to stay. There's a place I had to go. Oh, there's a place I had to go. Hey, hey, Rocky River, you'll be here no matter where I roam. It's not the land that my mother or my father chose. The rocks run just around the bend and the river takes me home. I was going in and coming out and moving round and round and round before I found this little town just a short ways off the coast. And I found some friends to sing with me, and we're not much of a sight to see, but we'll play a day and know we're free. We got 3 more meals at most. Oh, but we're better off than most. Hey, hey, Rocky River, you'll be here no matter where I roam. It's not the land that my mother or my father chose. The rocks run just around the bend and the river takes me home. I've seen giants rise and giants fall, and they built their towers and their wall, but the world could not afford them all, and down the river they would go. Oh, and great men came and great men fled, and they never felt another bed. They should have followed me instead, and down the river we would go. Down the river we would go. Hey, hey, Rocky River, You'll be here no matter where I roam. It's not the land that my mother or my father chose. The rocks run just around the bend and the river takes me home. Hey, hey, Rocky River, you'll be here no matter where I roam. It's not the land that my mother or my father chose. But the rocks run just around the bend and the river takes me home. This tune Michael's playing is called the Snug River Waltz. It doesn't fit on the scale of any of the other instruments that we play, but I love it so much I asked him to just play it anyway on the guitar while I introduce this next song here called What Say Ye the Land. This is a song I wrote a couple of years ago when I was just starting I was just ending my first semester of grad school in biomedical engineering. It's a little bit different from the feeling we have here. I was about to get on a plane to come back. I was living in Arlington, Virginia at the time, and that's where I live now. I was getting on a plane to come back, and the night before, I had this melody in my head. Melody that kind of taunted me a little bit. It felt like it needed some lyrics to it. So I spent some time with it, and by the morning, I had something that I kind of liked and that I couldn't stop humming to myself. So got on the plane to get back. As it would happen, sitting next to me for that ride was a young woman and her small infant, who was even less excited to be on the plane than I was, and made that very known a lot of the ride. So I ended up humming this tune to myself and anybody else who could hear it most of the way through. And it ended up being quite a saving grace. It did absolutely nothing for the infant, but it really helped me get through it. So I hope you enjoy it. There once was a land, its color so deep, its whispers echo through wandering dreams, where the trees give their song and the world moves along at the pace of wings and dancing feet, where the wind throws its voice and leaves give chase The sky has the mountains in warm embrace, and there is ne'er a time or place I feel more free to my soul. What say ye the land where my heart calls home? I remember the days spent out on the sea, as I watched the waves roll and crash with the breeze, and the sailors would sway, and my body would stay, but my spirit would wander a world away, where the wind throws its voice and leaves give chase. The sky has the mountains in warm embrace, and there is ne'er a time or place I feel more free to my soul. What say ye the land where my heart calls home? It's lost to me now, that land of the free, where the whispers echo through wandering dreams. But I know I'll return and find my relief in the pace of wings and dancing feet, where the wind throws its voice and leaves give chase. The sky has the mountains in warm embrace, and there is ne'er a time or place I feel more free to my soul. What say ye the land where my heart calls home?
Thank you. This next song is one that we have a lot of fun with. This is a song that David wrote a couple years ago, and it's one he brought it to me, and it was just a recording of the melody of this song. And when he first played it for me, I thought it was a little unusual, because my first thought when I heard it was that, like, David, this sounds like a bluegrass song. And there's nothing wrong with that, but it was just a little unusual. And he didn't believe me at first. And, this song that he's written, I guess I had to prove it to him. So I worked up a guitar part really quick, like how I was hearing it in my head, the chord changes behind it. And I just made it like a really kind of country blues inspired kind of guitar part. And I played it for him, and I was like, look, see, it's like this. It sounds like bluegrass. And then when he heard that, he was like, well, okay, I guess I'll believe it. I'll believe it. It's a bluegrass song. I pretty much kept the guitar part just like that, and it became this song called Chasing Away. Hope you all enjoy.
People keep coming and going, I can never seem to settle down. They vanish like smoke into darkness, and the world just keeps on spinning round. Oh my Lord, I've been pacing again, making faces again. It's so hard to change. Whenever I look back, these memories in black, seems to me they're always chasing away. Chasing away, oh chasing away. Seems to me they're always chasing away. Whenever I look back, these memories in black, seems to me they're always chasing away. And sometimes I feel like a great big house, I'm just wandering room to room. Some of them are empty and some need fixing up. Most of them I won't be showing you. Oh, but the entryway is spotless, a picture perfect view. And I often laugh to myself, if I can't buy a prayer before the sun comes up, then what's the point of having any wealth? Oh my Lord, I've been pacing again, making faces again. It's so hard to change. Whenever I look back, these memories in black, seems to me they're always chasing away. Chasing away, oh chasing away. Seems to me they're always chasing away. Whenever I look back, these memories in black, seems to me they're always chasing away. If I could walk a mile in someone else's shoes, I would keep them right next to my bed. And that way, whenever I wake up on the wrong side, I can blame where someone else has been. And I'd rather be a lover than a fighter, except when there's fighting left to do. But most of all, I'd rather be a dreamer and dream of ways to get back close to you. Oh my Lord, I've been pacing again, making faces again. It's so hard to change. Whenever I look back, these memories in black, seems to me they're always chasing away. Chasing away, oh chasing away. Seems to me they're always chasing away. Whenever I look back, these memories in black, seems to me they're always chasing away.
Thank you. Now, can you believe he didn't hear the bluegrass influence in that?
Yeah, Michael has just a little bit of fun with that. But we're gonna transition back over into some Highland pipes here. This next set we play is called Ascension, named after the middle tune. It's called the Skylark's Ascension. We're going to start with a march called Wee Michael's March. Not quite appropriate, but I'm going to pretend for the moment, Wee Michael's March, that he's not taller than I am. and then we ended up with Roddy McDonald's favorite. This is the one part where we both have to change instruments, so give us just a second.
It's always really awkward having to put on a set of small pipes. I know we have to do this sometimes where we're juggling between small pipes and Highland pipes when we play with a brass band. And the director, he'll just look at us in the back right after finishing something with the Highland pipes, and we're all just fumbling around with the bellows, and he's pointing at us to play. And it's always the same thing. You would think at some point we would have like a 2-minute break built into the set list. But here we are in our own show. And we didn't build in a 2-minute break in the set list. Thank you.
Thanks. That was a tune called "The Sea Breeze," which a melody that I kind of fumbled around with about 4 years ago now. That I played, kind of hummed to myself, and then brought it home and hummed it around Michael, and wasn't thinking very much of it. But then a day later, he hummed it back to me. I was like, oh, how do you know that? And he had, all I could gather is that he had liked it that much. So we turned it into a whistle part and put that together. The name actually came from when it went nameless for about 6 months, and then the name came from when I was sitting in a gazebo near the beach, and that was the name that popped into my mind. We were playing it there as we do, because what else would you do at the beach? So we're going to stick with the small pipes for just a little bit longer. These are Scottish small pipes, in case you were wondering. So we play them. I've got the pipe on my left side, just like the larger version, but I've also got a bellows here, so I know you see I'm not blowing into anything. This piece on my right is what's pumping all the air in. And so you see me doing a chicken dance here, pumping one on the right, and then the left, and then the right. But we're going to stick with the small pipes here, this next set of jigs and reels called Stone Wings.
All right, now we're gonna have a bit more instrumental music for you. This time we're switching over to the Great Highland Bagpipes here. Get a little more volume that way, and I'm gonna grab my earplugs because I gotta be safe up here. Can't be too close.
Thanks. That was called Tuning. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks. That set's called Twitch, mostly because the first tune in it, the reel, is called Canongate Twitch. It also works out really well because afterwards, that's the hardest thing we play, and that's what my fingers are doing. They're still twitching. The waves are curious in their way. They give and they take away. What guides them, who can say? A frivolous night for newborn love, not a cloud in the sky above, though the horizon's looking rough. And here on the rocks beside myself, 100 yards from me, sits a beautiful girl in white with Leviathan in between. If you knew how the story ended, would you still sing along? Would you rather be a martyr or a fool? She said, I'd rather be your smile. I'll be just a little while, in a faded whisper lost beneath the sea. Waves are curious things. A prince but not a man by any means. No room yet in his heart for others' dreams. A broken boy was made a king. His friends beside him led the way. 3 brothers in his arms, they helped him fight for better days. They taught him how to be and be okay. But as time so oft still has its say, eventually he lost them all the same. And here on the rocks beside myself, 100 yards from me, sits a beautiful girl in white with Leviathan in between. If you knew how the story ended, would you still sing along? Would you rather be a martyr or a fool? She said, I'd rather be your smile. I'll be just a little while, in a faded whisper lost beneath the sea. Waves are curious things. And it's 10 years now have passed me by. I guess you can wait forever there on high. And someday I hope you'll tell me why. That here on the rocks beside myself, a world away from me, sits a paradise with Leviathan in between. Well, the story ended, and with every line in the song, you were the martyr, I was the fool. And I can still hear your voice through the pain of your choice, in a faded whisper falling from your wings. When I saw that I would never be your king. Waves are curious things. I promise we won't get any more depressing than that. Beauty is within grasp. Hear the highlands call. The last mile is upon us. I'll carry you if you fall. I know the armor's heavy now. I know the heart is tired. It's beautiful just over the wild mountainside. The snow is falling all around us, out of clear blue sky. The crow is flying high over. You and I are going to wander high up where the air is rare. Wild horses ride. It's beautiful just over the wild mountainside. Wild and free we roam. Only a mile to go. Wild and free we roam. Only a mile to go. Beauty is within grasp. Hear the highlands call. The last mile is upon us. I'll carry you if you fall. I know the armor's heavy now. I know the heart is tired. It's beautiful just over the wild mountainside. It's beautiful, let's go over the wild mountainside. Thank you, thank you. That's one of my favorite songs to sing anywhere, but it works particularly well when we go to this wonderful place called Grandfather Mountain. I'm sure some of you have been there, and we get the chance to sing that once a year, overlooking beautiful mountainside. It has really stirring effect. We're going to move into the last two. I think we just got two more. Okay. This last one, the next to last one, is called Whiskey in the Jar. And it has a particular part to it that you can clap along to if you want in the chorus. I would never promote such a thing here. But if you want, you can. As I was going over the far-famed Kerry Mountains, I met with Captain Farrell and his money he was counting. I first produced my pistol and I then produced my rapier. Said, stand and deliver, for I am a bold deceiver. Mushering-dama-doo-dama-da. Whack for the daddy-o, whack for the daddy-o, there's whiskey in the jar. I took out all his money and it was a pretty penny. I put it in my pocket and I brought it home to Jenny. She cried and she swore that she never would deceive me. But the devil take the women, for they never can be easy. Mushering-dama-doo-dama-da. Whack for the daddy-o, whack for the daddy-o, there's whiskey in the jar. I went up to my chamber all for to take a slumber. I dreamt of gold and jewels, and for sure it was no wonder. But Jenny drew my charges and she filled them up with water, then sent for Captain Farrell to be ready for the slaughter. Mushering-dama-doo-dama-da. Whack for the daddy-o, whack for the daddy-o, there's whiskey in the jar. 'Twas early in the morning, just before I rose to travel. Up comes a band of footmen, and likewise Captain Farrell. I first produced my pistol, for she stole away my rapier. But I couldn't shoot the water, so a prisoner I was taken. Mushering-dama-doo-dama-da. Whack for the daddy-o, whack for the daddy-o, there's whiskey in the jar. If anyone can aid me, it's my brother in the army. If I can find his station in Cork or in Killarney, and if he'll go with me, then we'll go hurling through Kilkenny. I'm sure he'll treat me better than my darling sportling Jenny. Mushering-dama-doo-dama-da. Whack for the daddy-o, whack for the daddy-o, there's whiskey in the jar. Mushering-dama-doo-dama-da. Whack for the daddy-o, whack for the daddy-o, there's whiskey in the jar. We got a few. We got a few. That's more than I could ask for. Thank you guys so much as we move into this last one. This has really been terrific, a lot of fun. I hope you guys have had fun. This last one, very appropriately named The Parting Glass. You may have heard it. But before we leave, we're the Brothers McLeod. We will have a reception afterwards. Please feel free to stay. We'd love to chat with each of you. I've been reminded to say this because I always forget. We do have CDs for sale. There we go. I remembered. Thank you.
There is no limit. Unless we run out of stock.
Of all the money that dare I had, I spent it in good company, and all the harm that dare I done, alas, it was to none but me. And all I done for want of wit, to memory now I can't recall. So fill to me the parting glass Good night, and joy be with you all. So fill to me the parting glass, and drink a health whate'er befall, and gently rise and softly call, good night and joy be to you all. Of all the comrades that dear I had, was sorry for my going away, and all the sweethearts that dear I had, who wished me one more day to stay. But since it falls unto my lot that I should rise and you should not, I'll gently rise and softly call, good night and joy be to you all. And fill to me the parting glass, and drink a health whate'er befall, and gently rise and softly call, good night and joy be to you all. Good night and joy be to you all.
Thank you all so much.
Thanks so much.